The Blue Jackets finally see the Buffalo Sabres for the first time this year tonight. They are coming off a game against the New Jersey Devils. They just completed a home-and-home with New Jersey, and it was a hard-fought game here on Tuesday night. Back and forth, up and down, without any scoring until the third period before Oliver Bjorkstrand got the Blue Jackets on the board. Later, Cam Atkinson tapped in an empty netter for his 30th goal of the year, and Jody Sergei Bobrovsky, in the process, completes his third consecutive shutout.
All good things, Bob. And I think the greatest thing about the other night here at Nationwide Arena was the patience the Columbus Blue Jackets played with. It wasn't a great game to start with. They had to wait for their opportunities, and they didn't get frustrated. And that's good to see from this team that's winning in different ways.
Well, the guy that's always hugging Sergei Bobrovsky after a win here at Nationwide Arena is his captain, Nick Foligno. And Nick talks about what Bob means to this team.
I mean, he's a world-class goalie, and just nice to see him enjoying it. You can see him out there; he's having fun. He brings our energy up when you see him like that, and I think he's realizing how important he is. Not because we rely on him every night, but just his attitude and the way he plays the game, and the confidence that he exudes. It's amazing what he brings to our team, and I think every guy's fed off him at some point in the season.
Boy, that hug between Nick Foligno and Sergei Bobrovsky does not get old, does it? And you can see the chemistry and the appreciation these guys have for each other, especially the players in front of Sergei Bobrovsky. He holds down the fort, and the timely saves he makes are huge for this team to sometimes get their footing and then reward him.
But you're right. The team has made it a little bit easier in front of them. As Alexander Wenberg says, they're really concentrating on that team defense.
We're not really giving them any chances. I mean, teams we play against right now are in a different spot right now. Some of the teams are in the bottom, but every game is hard to play. You never know what they come with, and like I said, we're not giving them too many chances, and the chances they get, Bob usually saves the day.
Alexander Wenberg, I mean, last year he was the poster boy for great decisions in the defensive zone. And this year, offensively, he's picked it up, doing a great job with assists. But love the team talk from him. He's a young guy in this team, and look out, he's a leader.
The Buffalo Sabres are a team that is very disappointed right now. They thought they were going to be in the playoff picture, but they are trailing that final wild card spot by 9 points coming into play here tonight. Jody, when you're in this situation, you're trying to stay in it, you're really not in it. How tough is that to play these types of games when you're in that spot?
Well, we know here in Columbus, the Blue Jackets have been there in this position many times, but they're looking at this weekend right now, Bob. They're looking for something positive. So right now, this is one game at Nationwide Arena, but tomorrow night, it's another game in Buffalo. So they're looking to pick up 4 points here and then check the standings.
Well, let's take a look at some of their top players. Of course, Jack Eichel was the former #2 overall pick. Evander Kane's having a great season. And, of course, you had the battle of the Folinos tonight with Marcus playing for Buffalo.
Yes, Marcus, a big boy for the Sabres. He's a guy that plays physical, and when he does look out, he can produce. The Blue Jackets got to watch him, try to keep him quiet here tonight. Kane, he's a speedy forward. Down the wing, look out for him. He's got speed. He's got tremendous skill in the offensive zone. You might want to make him defend. And the other kid, Eichel, young phenom in the National Hockey League. This kid is full of talent. He's quick, he's dynamic, and very, very good in tight spots. Look out for Eichel. Maybe put a shoulder into him tonight.
Well, with those guys that you talked about, and especially with the offensive upside they have, how tough could Sergei Bobrovsky's game be tonight?
Well, it could be really tough, and it's one of those things the Blue Jackets have got to watch out. You mentioned this team is way out of the playoffs, looking up and trying to scratch their way in. The Blue Jackets cannot look at the standings. I think they've done an excellent job of preparing at the day at hand, and tonight is big time. They got to have that approach here to start this game.
All right, it's the first half of a home-and-home series between the Blue Jackets and the Sabres. That'll do it for the Rink Report. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.